Hello there. I was just getting a drink there of Diet Coca-Cola. Before I go into this, it's a can I'm drinking from. But this talk, this meditation, is about someone that happened to quite lately, the other day actually, a few days ago. And this is called my tinfoil new moon story. What happened was I was taking my supplements in the morning. When I first get up in the morning, first I do a meditation, then I'll make myself what's it called again? It's like a super coffee thing. It's 2 heaped tablespoons of coffee with butter, a tablespoon of butter, MCT oil, milk, sugar, and then I take my supplements after that. And when I was taking the supplements, a bit of the tinfoil, I was just ripping it off, and I didn't. And then I realised it was shaped like a new moon. I didn't know it was a new moon at the time, and I don't think of things like that, But anyway, it was shaped like a new moon. Then that night, it's dark obviously, and I realise it's a new moon. Now, I couldn't make that up, could I? If I wanted to. Now, what is that saying? It's saying that the spirits, this higher power, is working with you. You see, it's a message from the esoteric powers, witchy craft kind of forces, that they are working beside me, and they are helping me to become better and better and better. My life is like being an athlete, because athletes get up and they're working all the time, and from the moment I get up, I live this spiritual path. And I must see angel numbers at least about 15 to 20 times a day minimum. And I don't look for these things, I don't pay attention to it. But that tinfoil thing, that was just an example of this kind of thing happens all the time to me. All these messages. Like a good example, another example is, I think it was last year, around summertime last year, I was walking my dog, and I'm just pondering in my mind about twin flames. And then all of a sudden I see a wall, and it says in it, lovebirds. Now, what are the chances of me thinking of twin flames at that moment and to see that? This stuff happens all the time. I'll get up in the morning, and in the morning it'll be 3:33 in the morning, or 4:44 in the morning. You see, it's all the time. You see, what these things are, in my opinion, is it's messages. It's messages regarding your journey. Call it angels, whatever you want to call it, but it is messages. So this is this synchronistic thing. Like I say, that's what it is. It's the higher forces just trying to build up my confidence, and this is going on for a lot of people at the moment, around the globe. If you're a flat earther, whatever, I think it's nothing. So believe what you want. But yeah, this kind of thing happens to me all the time, and in the morning I'm not like everybody else. I mean, I get up at 5 o'clock every morning because I'm my mum's registered carer, and so I've got to get up early to all day. Apart from my spiritual journey, my caring work that I do because my mum's blind and is on dialysis and other illnesses. I get up at 5 in the morning. Originally, I started doing that because she gets up early, not as early as that, but I wanted to get up earlier and prepare everything. I've got to do all the things that obviously she can't do. Uh, but the caring thing, I'm well aware that that's part of this journey also, because that journey has taught me about selflessness, and I just balance everything about my path. And sometimes mum will be here and I'll say, "Oh, it's 11:11," or 10:10 or something or something. Yeah, but this kind of thing is happening to a lot of people at the moment. And the other day with that tinfoil thing, it just looked like a new moon. And I didn't try to do that. I was just dripping it off, trying to take the supplement. And then, I just looked at, I looked like a new moon. Then it was a new moon that night. Now, what are the chances of that happening? You see? And it's not me saying that I'm like the special one. This has happened to, like I say, a lot of people on the planet right now. There's like an awakening going on, and that's ultimately what's happening, and that's what they're trying to stop. And regarding the new moon, that's related to witchcraft and stuff like that. I don't believe in doing spells against or like that or anyone outside of myself. I do it for like myself, like spells to develop self-love, protection, things like that. Things that doesn't really harm anyone else unless they mess with you. Like one of the witches I was working with lately gave me a spell, and it's a succubus, and it works with me to develop me. But if anyone messes with me, they get hexed, which I totally believe is fair. I don't think anyone has any right to cross you and do you harm. Right? People are too fond of thinking they can do stuff like that. And so, yeah, I'm very into that. I'm not, I don't identify myself as any label or religion. But that's something I'm into as well. But that the other day with the new moon thing, that's a reminder of that pathway, saying that, Sean, you're on this witchy, wizardy kind of witchcraft path as well. That's part of the pathway as well. What I noticed with the witchcraft thing, that that I've been doing that for about under a year, and I noticed my personality started to change, started to become more stronger, because it's just vibrational frequencies, witchcraft, isn't it? That's all you're doing, and they change your vibration, and that changes your reality and experience. But this journey, yeah, my journey started from an unexpected spiritual awakening at the age of 24. I'm 34 now, so 10 years. And how it happened, I just had enough one day. I sat down in my bed and I really had it, and it was like a split moment, second of authenticity. And then it was like I saw a glimpse of myself in the future, and then everything changed. And why it changed? Because I chose to be authentic at that moment. I never went within my heart before my heart chakra. And then I started to go on this synchronistic journey, and that's because you're interacting with your higher divine self. And the higher divine self is showing you these synchronistic things to remind you of the miracles and angels and all these different powers that are helping you. But ultimately, these mystical powers are actually you. You go deeper and there is no you. Why? Because everything has to come from non-existence, and that's the one infinity. There can only ever be one infinity. That's what law of one really means. You see? I wear the pentagram sometimes. I've got a lot of necklaces I like, but the pentagram is it's not the devil, it's symbolic of the elements. Right? Like when you do witchcraft, you're working with the elements. But like I say, I don't believe in witchcraft to like attract a specific person, but you can actually do a love spell to develop your self-love. And when you do that, you're not trying to control another person. I don't believe in that. Because I believe someone should be free and you shouldn't do that. But develop the love within you, because the person you're chasing might not be for you. You know what I mean? Leave it in the universe's hands and God's hands. But like I say, the God is the one infinite non-existence. That merely is an awareness, and it dreams. It's got no form. You see, so and that's the true self. You see, but is this happening to you? Are you on a synchronistic, esoteric pathway? Because like I say, this is happening for a lot of people just now. Some people say 144,000. I don't particularly believe that. I think it's a lot more. I think 144,000 is just, or is symbolic of a small minority on the planet, but this is a global thing. And that's ultimately what they're trying to stop in the dream, though. Because like I say, everything came from one infinite non-existence. Meaning it must be aware, but non-existence can't ever exist. Your idea of what non-existence is my human brain making that up. Non-existence can't ever have ideas. So yeah, it's just a dream, it's not real. There's another thing that came from the spiritual awakening. That came synchronicity. And the synchronicity is coming from you. The nothing. That's what's doing it. It's just dreams. It's all dreams. Because it's infinite nothingness, that means infinite limitless dreams. It also means that everything's happening an infinite number of times, because that's what you get with infinity. Everything's already been and gone. And regarding a synchronistic thing, this is just what happens to me all the time. I try not to pay a little bit of attention, but not too much attention, because then you go down the rabbit hole, and then you're not being present. So if you do notice things like that, take it on board, but don't get too lost in that. Try to let spirit guide you by being as present as you can. You see? Try to just let go of ideas and all these things. I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates, talks, news, research, songs, and much, much more, please do check my website at www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you.